Alright, so hopefully I fixed everything. If the leg's horrible, let me know. I figured with the kids being at school it wouldn't be an issue, so I brought down some quality things in the output and in stream. Sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm taking wire, and let's take her apart. You get a big camera today for this project because there's just so much moving around. I'm going to take wire and I'm going to end up piping wire around the perimeter of the whole entire outfit. She's got that flap in the front and the two in the back that need to be curled. This will help keep the shape of everything. So I'm going to take, I put this off this weekend for a reason. I'm going to take, I use galvanized wire. They say that it doesn't rust, so here's hoping. I'm going to take this and twist it loosely around a second wire before I do a wide zigzag stitch. But remember, my zigzag stitch can't be wider than the bias tape that I made. That's also going to go around. And yes, there's a train passing. Let's see here. I measured out the length of wire that I would need if I went from the bottom and up the side. So I measured the inside here as if I went up the side, bottom up the side. What are we? Because I know that I'm going all the way inside to the zipper, and that zipper will help with stability. And I'm going to cut it all the way down and around. And I'm guessing, I wondered if I wanted, here's the bottom, if I want to take the wire up the side here. I think I want to. Yeah, let's do it. So I need 189 inches of wire in one go. Twice. Because again, I'm going to wrap it around itself. So I've got this really long measuring tape, and the really cool thing about this one is that once you get down and around, you can literally just flip it on its end and keep going, which I think is stellar. Sorry, I'm also watching silent TV. Just reading closed captions. Huh. Okay. I have a Sharpie with me because what I'm going to do is every so often I'm going to mark. That way if I accidentally let go, I won't be screwed measuring wise. So I'm going to keep tallies of everything as well. I want to start off with a clean end. I'm going to use Warbler to wrap the tips of both the end that's going to start up here as well as the end that's going to finish down here. Now remember, it can't be too much because I still have to make sure that he gets covered by this. I have an ass full of a cat, so hopefully he doesn't see or hear that I'm playing with the wire because he loves it. This big mound here is my sewing machine, so what I'm doing is I'm just straightening it out. I can scooch over. Yeah. Alright. I'm sitting Indian style on the chair, and I didn't want to put my feet on the ground. Just scooch. Alright. So I'm straightening it out as I go. I picked this wire up from Home Depot. You get it in the picture hanging section, and you get these big spools of them on the, at least in the Home Depots that I've all been to, right on the floor. They're not on a shelf. They're at the bottom, right underneath all the picture hanging stuff. And you can get them in 16 gauge, I think in 14 gauge. If I would have known, I would have gotten 14 gauge. But I also use this for other various projects. Like from all of the hats, the top hats that I make, this is the material that I use. So like for Mad Moxxi's, for the brim, if you were here and could feel it, you could feel it. There is one pass around of that wire there, and then there's going to be 2 here, and there's 1 on the inside. We'll just put it there for now. So every 50, no, that's too much to handle. So we're gonna have to do every 25 inches. I'm going to put a mark. My wingspan isn't very grand. So I got 25. This stuff, once I've wrapped it all, it comes off with rubbing alcohol. I'm not worried about it coming off onto the clothing. I'll take care of that before then. And it's a good thing that I'm marking them, because now I've got to straighten some more out. Eventually I'll be wrapping this around the shape of Set Ensemble. And I think he heard, because I heard his collar. What I could actually do is, from that mark, I could just mark out another 25. That way I don't have to then unravel this whole entire. Bah. I want to make sure that I'm not rubbing them off as I go as well. So there's 1, there's 2. It's not going to be perfectly straight. Remember, again, I'm going to wrap it around another one. I break a lot of needles usually when I do this. I end up getting distracted somehow while I'm sewing. I have a lot of needles now for the sewing machine. So I pulled out the older sewing machine for this project. Sorry. I feel bad, sewing machine. Sorry. There's not a lot of fabric to go through. I just know that it's not good for a sewing machine to have the needle bounce off of wire while it's working. There we go. my ruler got away from me. It was being more of a problem. So we should have 100, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you are underneath that chair. I feel like I've rubbed one off already. Oh, no, there it is, over here. I'm gonna mark them all the way around, because that was hard to see. 125. 50. 75. 100. Okay. Now only 89 more inches to go. The last thing you want is a ball of craziness. Alright, 150, so we gotta go to 175, so. Okay. So that's 75. I should have done this math beforehand. Give me a second. Anybody want to do a shout out there? So I'm going to take my 89 minus 75, 14. Okay. So, let's see. So I'm going to add 14 inches to this. Okay. Now, it would be ridiculous if I were to take this piece of wire, cut it off of this spool, either one of two things, take this measuring tape and measure it out again, or line it up with this one. I already know that I want 2-ply of this wire wrapped around itself. So at this point, I'm going to fold this bad boy in half, and I'm going to twist this spool loosely around the length of this wire, snip it at the end, and go and find some warble in my cabinet. That would be a lot of wasted time if I did that. Then, with this rounded tip too, I have to worry less about it poking through fabric. Woohoo! So I'm going to give myself some allowance. And I'm going to fold it up here. I want to get a close fold without nippling the top. And I know that sounds funny, but I want it to be clean. There. That's nice and smooth. Now I'm going to scoot back in time and space. I'm going to drop my spool on the ground, hoping that my feet can help keep it from wanting, and I might need to grab some bigger pliers. I'm going to carefully start. That's too big for my hand. Go back up to it. Okay. Now, I know, where's my... Yeah, okay. So what I've got to be careful is, just like if you're braiding here, you don't want it to get wrapped around your spool. So I want to actually, I've got an idea to make this even easier. I've got masking tape, I do. I'm gonna loose, spill this. Twist this easier around, supposedly. Cross fingers. Okay, well, no, I'm just making a mess down here. Whoa! It looks like I need 2 ends. Stupid thing. So I got it all twisted onto itself, which is everything I was trying to avoid. Yay! Cosplay problems real time. I might be able to just keep pushing the twist down. give myself some slack just to make sure. And let's bring up the mess I made. Alright. That's the wire I need that I just tossed aside. This is the mess I made. This won't neatly go back, that I can foreseeably see, since it's pretty straight. Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna hide the slinky. Just put that out of sight, out of mind. After all, this is what I really want. Got stuck underneath the wheel of my chair already. And somebody sent me a text message. Alright, well, you said if I cut it. I don't have a clamp here. So this is what I initially wanted to do. Of course, nothing can be easy in this world when it involves wire. The love of everything frickin' holy. Ah. clamp at the end of the table. Let's try and use some of that. This tape sucks, so I want to make sure I rip it off as soon as I can, or it will leave like a really gross sticky residue. Oh, come on, wire. Why are you being so finicky? This is ridiculous. It is just hooked all around this board here. Ah! Maybe I can do it from over here. Ah. Well, there's no camera that can do this. Alright, so we're gonna wrap it. I feel like it's an old school game of oh, the cat toys. Wasn't trying to draw the cat in, but this'll do it. Oh goodness, this is horrible. I mean, it's getting the job done, but holy cow. I need to clamp up on it now to get to the other end. Hello! I'm trying to do the wiring for Mad Moxxi's skirt all in one pass, so it's 189 inches of wire. Alright, so I gotta straighten some things out. Arm day. Alright. It's kinda done. Whew. Stupid cat toys everywhere. So now I've got to go through and make sure that there are no really large gaps. It's like taming a wild snake. Alright. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So, we did it. Let it go from the clamp. Yep. Now we'll need a heat gun. Oops. Warbler scraps. Think it up here. Whoa. Something to protect the counter and some aluminum foil. Sorry, there's something that holds that wire out of the way. It was coming down. Okay. Good with these for now. Wanted to make sure there's no, like, this is cause for concern when it's, you know, so this is a 2 loops type of thing. It might be easier just to twist up here if I can. I just have to be careful. Ugh. I'll just have to be careful. Okay. Yeah, yes it is. I'm going to pipe all the way around Mad Moxxi's coat with it. But I've got to get the wire cut to the distance. So we've got 198 inches was the length. So it goes all the way down one side where my clasp will come and connect over, down and around, all the way to the other side where the zipper is. And I've refrained from sewing the zipper in just because I don't want to deal with that right now. But we wanted it thick enough that way it could keep her front flap and the 2 back tails in a like an arc. So that's where the 2-ply comes in. Once I get the warbler softened to the ends, I'm going to actually go around and I'm going to create little notches after I've bent it to the different sections. So I'll put a little warbler knob on the wire in, like, on this area here and around here, just to secure things so that the wire doesn't want to slip. If I have to flatten it for certain, you know, trips or whatnot, preemptive measure, proactive instead of reactive. So let's see. For right now, I think I actually should wait on heating this stuff up. The warbler will also help keep things together when I go to stitch them in place as well. If I bounce it off the pins, put that in there. I don't think I need these ones anymore. Okay, so let's just put this stuff down here. Just want to give myself enough room. Sorry, mannequin. Just took it out the way. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to monopolize more space. This won't help me now. The mice can go over there. Marker. Sprite. Okay. So I don't know why you want to stick up. I don't want you. I want to start with this end. So I'm going to start with the rounded end. Reason being, I'm going to start with the area that goes closest into me. And if this is going to be the like closer to my skin than the other one, I want the friendly end. So So I'm going to, you can see I have it zigzagged all the way around. I've made some modifications so the zigzag stitch might be cut in some areas, but it's good. So let's see here. I'm going to literally work this around following my zigzag stitch. Now, as much as right now I want to pin it into place, there's a be over. Yes, yep. Well, when you see her in the video game, no matter what she's doing, how she's moving, her tails stay perfectly like at that video game. I just use the same cells, you know, on repeat. So I want that to be the same case with mine. So like you can even see I've got the inside stitches that she has as well. And I'll take an airbrush to all of this when it's done. But I want to try to get as close to the actual in-game reference. So here's, you know, her hat that we have. I did it to scale, so I measured, I did the math of like her size, my size, her height of hat. What should mine be? We've got the boot covers that we did. There's a stream of that. Most of it's hand stitched. Zippers in the back, flaps, buttons. So I'm hoping that with this wire, it'll just give me that one more step closer to in-game accuracy. So that's the game plan. Alright. And it toss those wires somewhere. I overcompensated with that bend. So I'm just trying to line it up. What I need to make sure, and I'll do this so you guys can see. So I want to make sure that when this gets put down and the cover gets put over it, this can't extend my wire past the tip there. However, my edge here has to fit within the perimeters of the bias tape as well. So it's got to go, you know, to the edge without going all the way to the edge, being able to be wrapped around. Yeah, it's just a lot to take into consideration. So I'm just laying things out. So yeah, I'm just working the wire back and forth, making it sure that it hits the fabric at its edges. And I think I need to do some altering to this side over here. That trash can. So I like to overbend when I do these turns and then open them up a little bit. I just I don't know, it's just a personal preference of mine. I feel like it, especially on these really big loop ones, I feel like it just made a cleaner bend. Alright. Sewing is straight up wizardry. You know, I feel that way with people that can iron like perfect seams and pleats. Ironing is wizardry in my eyes. That's just... I mean, sewing's like putting together a puzzle. Freaking fracking wire. Going this way. There's just so much wear, and until I get around anything, it's just not complying. Doesn't want to be stitched into a Mad Moxxi coat. I will make you. You have no choice. Please. Pleading with supplies. Hey, you know what? Don't let your sewing machine scare you. The one thing you gotta just remember. One, keep your fingers out of the way of the needle. That machine is not like a really cool saw. It won't stop. It'll just keep going right through your finger. Number two, you can always rip out your stitches. So like worst case scenario, you take the stitches out and you gotta put them back in. Always make things bigger. That way, you know, just like with working foam, you can take foam away easier than you can add foam on. Yeah, no, don't let it scare you. Show the machine who's boss. Yeah, okay, give and take. Give or take, that'll work. I'm very happy that these straight edges here have a lot of fabric and are taking up a lot of this wire. Now I gotta switch to the other side. heavy. Pin container heavy. Oh, except I gotta move everything. Sorry, pin container. I'll come back to you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Ooh, my basket. My basket. I'm just wearing the wear right now. Well, if I needed to dust my table, it's being dusted now for me. Sorry, sewing machine. You didn't do that. Hi-ya! I'm so surprised I haven't drawn the cat near me yet. Go. Oh. Just kidding, I found them. Even when it's starting to take shape, it's still annoying, so I'll get up. Eat my apples before I knock them off. Ah. my goodness, this is annoying. The smaller the end gets down there, the less compliant. It just keeps bouncing around and hitting everything. Ugh. Ugh. I'm just waiting to get cut by the wire. I like a good wire cutting. There. Right down. Forgot that I hadn't, as I'm getting down to the very end here, it's open and it's starting to untwist on me. It's that crappy tape I don't like. Okay. Get to take the pins down with you. We are so close. Goodness gracious, wire. Sorry, it's hidden behind the sewing machine, but getting the heat gun out. Alright. Let's see. I've got a lot of random scraps. This wouldn't be too bad, but it's pretty thick. These would be perfect. Any more like that? This here, this here. Trying to use my scraps up. So like these really thin ones, keep looking over there because usually that's where the camera is, are going to be perfect. This might even be too much. Oh, goodness. Where did I put? The scissors I use with way too much duct tape. Poor scissors. Now what I want to do first is I want to cap that end. I'm going to do so with Borderlands. But remember, I don't want it too like thick because it's got to be sewn down. Yeah. Just a little thermoplastic tip. The unfortunate thing is I've got to then hold this until it dries. So I just kind of like pushed it down to form a little tip over it, almost like the little acrylic tips you put on cat claws. Unfortunately, it's still too warm to let go without having it pull through. I wonder if I can use that horrible tape. I'm just trying to tape the end that way it won't pull apart on me, but I'm trying to use the back of the tape because the front of the tape's got that gross sticky stuff on it. Alright. So I'm also going to, I think, because this is going to lead up, I'm going to put another, I'm trying to think of where I really should put it before it leads up. Yeah. Another train. at this weird intersection up here. Just checking to make sure nothing started pulling apart yet. Everything's cooling down in the correct spots. Goodness. So I'm putting these little Warbler, like, stabilizers, if you will. That way, the more I'm moving in this costume, or bending these, curling these, when I'm going to sew them as well, the wire won't slip, or want to slide away from its new buddy. Wrap them tightly. Hold on, sorry, a friend is texting me and I feel bad if I leave them just sitting there. Okay, back to this. Bah. Oh, it's reheated. Oh, I don't have a hair tie in me. See, I might end up having to put my hair up. It's warm in here now. All these lights. Ooh. Where's this section? Oh, okay. I see it now. This is the back. Okay. So we may need more. Oh. Now I'm not putting them too close to the end there because I know that I'm going to have to be bending. Did I drop one? I did. The bias tape around the edges, so I'm trying to make sure that I give myself some allowance for some bulking of fabric. 2 more. All right. I do have to be careful. This part will be down. Perfect. I can help not bring that. All right. Time to sew it in, so I'm going to clean up my area. Get rid of things that could burn fabric. It's a bit more manageable now. Here's the end it cut off. Gotta fix my trash can. Everything's going to be on this side. Oop. sewing machine I have turned on. Oh. Sorry, cat. Looks like there's already a bobbin in it. Of black. Where did I put them? So I'm going to sew this in white. The hook on this is backwards than on my Bernina. Interesting. And so the Bernina that I've been using for a lot of my streams is behind me, and that's auto. So this is all manual. Going old school. Because I was like, why is my needle set over? It's already set for a zigzag. Whatever I was doing last involved a zigzag. Alright. Let's get this party started. I want to just check a few things. Where's that scrap wire I put down? I need a scrap piece of fabric. The world around me. Supply with a scrap piece of fabric. This plum. I want to do is I want to practice. Where the heck did I put? Oh, where did the crappy tape go? Is it underneath here? No. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to my shoulders. Did I knock it off the table? Do you guys see it? Well, that's strange. I guess I'm just going to untape this because there's a lot of tape on it and use some of it for something else. Please peel apart with ease. Tape this end. Well, I need you here in a second, so you sit this way. I want them wider. So I'm testing out my stitches before I just dive into it, because that'd be crazy. That's good distance apart. Oh, I just got a message. I just got a message. I wonder who it's from. I wonder if I can make them wider. No, it's as wide as it'll go. Alright then. I mean, it should be wide enough if I nail it right down the center. Oh goodness. Okay, so I have to catch it first, because with the foot not on there, I see what's happening. It's like I started up here, but the stitch didn't catch into the bottom, which is because it's not. I see. Sorry. Alright. This is doable. Let's just jump into it. It's the worst thing that could happen. Break a couple needles. I should make sure that I've got the right needles in first. What was this one first? Okay, so I want one of these guys. Yeah, that's a big end. If I go with a more narrow needle too, hopefully it'll be less likely to stand up against the wire and want to just slip off the sides. Okay, I feel like I should move anything that could possibly get knocked off or over. As much as I want to keep those there, I should probably have that on the other side. And my pins, like as much as I want, just put you down there. Okay. End ties are here. Wire. I'm going to start. Oh, we'll see where I start. Inside the coat. That's where I put him. Well, apparently that was where I put him. Alright, so we're starting on the outside. And what I found out is I have to put a couple stitches in first. And then it'll come up, up. I don't want to pull things too crazy. Make sure I stay on that side. Because it is a manual, I can do this. I can also open. Just doing some fine tweaking. Okay. The last thing I want to do is sew the wrong side in first. I don't even know how I would deal. Ooh. I might have to actually skip the top warbler section. I don't know if warbler chunks will go underneath the sewing machine, so slide that up. Put this under. No, not yet. Okay. Oh, for the love of everything holy. You really gotta apply a lot of pressure on the foot. Oop, oop, oop. Hopefully I don't push any buttons. No, we're still good. Okay. I'm an idiot. Alright, so it's working. Get those pins out the way. Going to be a lot of stopping and starting of this, but I'm going to do it as neatly and as cleanly as I can. Here's hoping. It's like I want to go back up and do this front part a bit. It's so clean at the bottom. I'll touch base on that later. We'll just keep going. So I don't think it's going to be an issue at all of them. I'm trying to make sure I keep both the sides of the needle going into the thread, as well as making sure that my wire lines up with only the center so that it doesn't break my needle. And this thing has got such a heavy pedal. God dang it. Like that. So we're gonna come back up. And it's not sewing. I don't know why. Because it won't be seen, we can just stop and start the thing back over. Where we decided not to want to work. I wish that this was just doing what I wanted to. What is going on here? So it's okay. That means something got bottom is unhooked. Still good up there. This is really sloppy and messy. That's why I didn't want to. Hate this part. I'm like sweating just thinking about this part. Your Talon cosplay is amazing. Oh, thank you so much. I really do. I still actually have to finish that one. So it has none of the swords that it was supposed to have. So yeah. What the freaking? Okay, so I guess in the same spots it just didn't want us. Whatever. I'm over it. Well, yep, there goes the first needle. There's one down. I got a bunch of these too. I keep stockpiling up when there's sales at Joann's. So it's kind of stitching. It's doing some weird stuff at times, but we're trying to get this to work. Oh gosh. If I have to do this by hand, it might be faster. No, it's not going to be faster. I'm going to get this done this way. Sorry, you guys are now like my cheering section too, my moral support. Freaking mad Moxxi. So now that this isn't acting like a goof, I gotta go back up and fix some things, because oy vey. I'm so glad that no one will ever know unless they watch this YouTube video that this shit went down this way. this just looks appalling. See, it still just does what it wants. Even when I'm holding the one. It's so bizarre. Oh well. I guess I can't do anything about it. Unless I tie a knot in the end. Let's give it a whirl. You can't separate. You can't refuse to stay hooked. So I know I'm seeing. Haha. Hopefully this problem solved it. I think that worked. Trying to just line it up perfectly. Start to end up putting strain on the fabric here pretty soon. train. It's almost like a drinking game. This would be one of the ugly stages of the costume. It was pretty up until this. That one hit the warbler. That probably shouldn't have happened. Well, that's what you get, sewing machine, for not having like a slow setting. This is just... I'm angry with it because it's not the nice sewing machine. You frustrate me. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'll have to vacuum after this because a piece definitely shot off, but I'm not looking for it right now. I don't know how it did that. Because of these guys here. Oh, costume shenanigans. Another train. What a Tuesday. Interesting. Interesting 2 stitches there. Really? You're causing all these problems? Fine, we'll bend you back later. So much freaking fabric in such an awkward state. Sorry folks, there's not a lot of talking, there's just a lot of frustration. That's weird. Oh, goodness. Oh. Alright, so we're getting there. Definitely getting there. So, there's wear done on some of it. Now I'm going to bend this back. I've got to stitch it going down the side. Be a project. And I actually should make a stitch mark. Do I have? Is there any? There's not really anything on it. I'm just hand stitching after this warbler knot here because it's right at the edge of the corner. And I want to make sure that this stays in place because this is going to help me do this straight away here. Almost done hand sewing this. Okay. Let's do this. Goodness gracious. I'm bending the wire because it's longer than my torso to the sewing machine. It's my idea to do this, right? Stupid cosplay. I'm angry with you right now. That didn't work. hours and I feel like I've gotten nowhere on this thing. I'm just running out of room. That's what's going on. Let's see what's going on over there. I'm gonna pull this forward a bit. Alright, now we've fallen into a groove at least. Yay! Oops, jumped right off of there. Oh goodness, we'll just put this around me for now. Whoa. Take that wire. For some reason, it's not hooking over. Oh, sometimes when I get frustrated, I just rethread the machine. This doesn't look like it wants to go right there. Interesting. Let's check this. We're good. So we're working our way around the first big tail. We've got the front done. bent up annoyingly. Alright. That went a little nicer than I thought it was going to. Oh, the cool thing is these things move. Now I go down the other side. However, I might have to keep this open. I forget there's pins in the garment still. So what I'm doing is I'm turning it to a 90-degree angle, that way I can hopefully throw some stitches in. Oh gosh. I first have to figure out how these are going to lay flush with one another. So let's see here. The ones that I'll mark it with. So it looks like it's going to come up to here. And then come down to here. If that stays in place, because if it doesn't look like it's moving right now, I won't be able to. Alright. Greetings, friend. Yeah, steady progress indeed. But this is not the part that I liked, and so I've been procrastinating because I'm literally working up a sweat right now. So I'm going to have to step away and get a hair tie because I'm dying. Alright, I had to put my hair up. It's warm. It's indeed very warm. And I'm getting frazzled by all this too, so that's not helping. But Whoo-wee. This is gonna be cool. That wire just kind of makes everything look really cool. Alright. Let's just keep going. Oh, here's a long string. So that goes all the way to there. Technically we're halfway there. I'm going to alter and fix that. I guess I know where the bend's gonna go. And actually, this should probably be more of a joint bend as well. When I think about it, in retrospect. There. Something more like that. Whew, okay. Let's just do this. Rip it off like a band-aid. Toss that over on that side there. Ooh. So these, alright. I know I'm gonna need a few stitches at least from here through there. Oh, come on. Some stitches in there. So not exactly sure where. Thanks, Sprung Coat Captain. Oh, how's that going? As of right now, Mad Moxie's beating my royal behind. Oh, I can push that up further though. Maybe I do. Okay. Either way, let's see here. Yeah, I hope that, I mean, this is for a photo shoot in Detroit, October 1st. I hope this turns out well. Let's just say that. Hope it turns out well. Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just taking this too, one step at a time. Ugh. Mad Moxxi's just been a pain in my behind from the beginning. Anything that could go wrong with this costume has gone wrong. So I'm just... Yay. Outfit's starting to look like a flower with all these large petals. Alright. So we'll hand stitch that down. And keep that there. Okay, so it looks like I gotta stitch the sewing machine a little further. And I can put this wherever I want. It needs to hit the end. Oop, there goes the other needle. God frickin' dang it. Well, at least I'm going through them now. Yay! Back to this one. I think this one's supposed to be for weather. Oh well. That just means that when this one snaps, it's gonna snap. Living on the wild side. Actually, let's just cut them both. Start over. The struggle is real. close, yet so far away. Okay, so now I'm gonna move my sewing sheet upfield a bit. Let's not touch the ground. Some strings all the way down here. Ooh. 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 Okay. I'm gonna turn the sewing machine off right now. I'm gonna have to do some hand sewing around this corner too. So, yeah. So, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I cleaned everything. Oh, you can't see all the way up there. I finally hung certificates that should have been hung last year. Oops. All of my heads are up on a shelf above my head. So I'm just sewing around the corner, go up over my hip. So I'm hand stitching around this corner. After I finish this, I'm going to have to go back to the, oh goodness. Sorry, I'm tying a knot and I lost my train of thought. Pin back in later. Alright, go all the way to the edge down here. I'm going to slightly rotate this. Because I got a curve up and just knocking everything down. Wow. So close. Don't fall into the tracks. Okay, the last bit of the hand stitched. However, I'm impatient, and I want to see if, oops, sorry, karate chop the sewing machine with scissors. Let's put this back on the mannequin now. I'll fix that later too. Oh, I dig it. Yep, it's going to do exactly what I need it to. Thanks. Yeah, it's stitching that wire in. Whew, okay. That's gonna make a world of a difference now. Unfortunately, I don't want to strain the resistance, so I'm not going to pin it into place. I know it works. Okay, cool. So the next order of business is going to be take these off here for now. I'm just taking the thread and bobbin off of the sewing machine. Because I've got to set my area up for something different now. So thankfully I cleaned everything up. Ooh, I knocked all the cables off. Okay. Hat can go up there for now. Wire can get put away. Shoes and boots, buttons, everything from here on out will be hand sewn, so we don't need the sewing machine anymore. I get all those bags from Clinique Happy Days for my makeup and face wash, so I use those to store things, like all the feet from my sewing machines. Tucked away. I shouldn't put the chocolate away. So let's see here. Those are the boots. Here are the boot covers. Now, speaking of boot covers, I'm debating. I keep looking at her references, and it looks like. Ooh, I don't want that too close to the light. Ooh, oh, the wire's getting wedged in my cabinets. And it looks like the top of her boots that there's some black. I just don't know if that's true or me overlooking something. Not sure if anybody's still watching and can throw their 2 cents in. I don't know if that's just like the painting of the game. I don't know. There's an image you can see. I don't know if that's got. That's my only conundrum. So other than that, the boot covers are good except for buttons. Buttons are here. So the buttons will actually go on that outside flap. I'm not ready to paint the buttons. I'm going to hold off on painting the buttons for right now. I've got the belt that I'm going to put the buckle on. I guess I don't need the wire cutters and snippers anymore. Crappy tape's a possibility. Marker and pen. Okay. So the game plan is to take the bias tape. And just like what I did with the boot covers, to do the same all the way around, covering the wire that I just stitched in. However, I don't think I want to start it. What time is it? It's 2:58. School gets out, kids are gonna come home and use up the bandwidth. I'm going to pause. I think with the train passing right now, this is a good time to pause. Unfortunately, I will not be streaming again until Friday. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, till Friday. And Friday I will stream hand stitching all this bias tape. Gosh, that train is really loud. I'm gonna hand stitch this bias tape all the way around the perimeter of this outfit. I do have, some of you might be wondering, well, she's got those like ruffles around her boobs, so I've got the, again, it matches ruffles. It's not quite exactly, but I'll paint it and make it do. So I do have the ruffles as well for the top of her chest, which will be nice. So yeah, I'm gonna pause on this. I've got some work that I have to go to Wednesday and Thursday, but Friday we'll stream again on Friday. So I want to say thank you to everyone that came by, chatted, watched the stream. It looks like it was around 3 hours. I did do some cleaning for part of it. But yeah, it means a lot that you guys stop by, throw your 2 cents in, or just lurk silently in the background. I appreciate just the company. If you want to check out more progress for this cosplay and other cosplays that I've done, you can follow me on Instagram. If you want to see some of the free write-up tutorials from my past projects and past cosplays, they are for free on my Facebook, where you can just look at them. I guess you could download them to your own computer if you wanted to. They're nothing too special. But it shows you how I've done all my costumes in the past, including the Wasteland headdress. That one is up. Still working on Talon. That's proving to be a larger write-up than I had anticipated. But hey, that's sometimes how the cookie crumbles. And then I'm even backtracking, so I even did some of the write-ups from the first Phoenix cosplay and the Blood Elf Druid. So that's all on Facebook. All of my Twitch streams are archived on my YouTube page, so if you wanted to see anything from the Wasteland or Gosetsu, that is on my YouTube channel. So after 14 days on Twitter, it just cycles over to there. But yeah, thank you, and I hope to see you guys on Friday. Friday we're shooting probably not for noon, it's going to be a later one, so maybe like a 3 o'clock or a 5 p.m. I'll keep you posted on my Instagram with pictures and updates there. But we're shooting for Friday to start hand stitching, and I will be doing a stream this upcoming weekend, right? It's the weekend of, yes, as of right now there will be a stream this weekend. I'm not sure if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. I'm gonna play it by ear, but again, I will let you guys know ahead of time as well. So thanks again, have a good day.